Welcome back everyone to Montgomery County's Engage at Home, brought to you by Montgomery County, Maryland's Caregiver Support Program. This episode, we are going to have a deep dive into Montgomery County Government's Health and Human Services online resources associated with COVID-19. The county's team have put a lot of effort into bringing together online resources that will help family members, community, businesses, and everyone to better connect with supports during these challenging times. I'm going to help you navigate the county's Health and Human Services COVID-19 webpage and give you the inspiration to connect with resources, share information about resources, and better understand how your Montgomery County government is here working for you. So let's take a look. So here we are on the Montgomery County government's Health and Human Services COVID-19 webpage. As you can see up the top here, this is a Montgomery County government webpage, and I will include the link on Engage at Home site where you found this episode. There's a lot of information here and it may be a little overwhelming. So I wanted to just step you through some of the key aspects, so then it's going to make it a little bit easier for you to navigate. So on the main page, when you open, it includes some of the most fundamental pieces of information regarding how to keep healthy and well. Obviously, hand washing, taking everyday precautions, watching for symptoms, and how to deal with the fact that if you get ill, what are the resources and what you should do. Now, over on this right-hand side, this section here, there are options for you to visit. So let's have a look at each one of these. News and updates. I'm just going to click on that. And this is specific to Montgomery County. And it's taking you through a very simple infographic on what to look out for, some statistics, information on testing, and note here that we have this translated into six languages, excuse me. The press releases that are coming to let you know about updates and changes, statistics, etc., etc. I'm not going to scroll down the whole thing, but that is under news and updates. So then in this same section, closure and service modifications. Once again, starting with an infographic, and then it just lists, and it's a very long list of every part of Montgomery County government, our services, our programs that are affected by COVID-19, are closed, and most specifically, are not operational. Many of these programs do still have telephone-based services. So what I do is that I encourage everyone that if you do need support, to call the phone number, don't try to go and visit it. So then we have statistics. We don't need to look at that. That's unfortunate, but let's know that it's there. Also, more statistics based on a map. And then here we have official Maryland state orders that do affect Montgomery County. I'm just going to go back and we're going to stay on this web page. So then down a little further on the same section, this navigation tab here, we have frequently asked questions. Let's have a look at that. So frequently asked questions. The navigation on this is very simple, nice and straightforward. And as you can see, what is COVID, the risks, what to do, how you should keep yourself healthy, etc. Now, just so you know, and I'm going to click back to show you how the county has organised this. This page, this section with frequently asked questions, is part of a very long web page. And so you can scroll down the whole web page to find each section, or you can simply go back to this section and navigate that way. So I'm just going to take you straight back to the county's COVID-19 information, and we'll keep on doing it from there. So here we have information on testing, resources and videos. Let's have a look at resources and videos. So we have a presentation, but also we have a range of videos that will help you better understand what the county is doing, but also what you as a resident can do. One of the most recent was put up this week. Dr. Crowell is the county's Health and Human Services Director. He also is a practitioner of Tai Chi, and he is sharing some of his knowledge and experience associated with that form of relaxation and body movement. So as you can see, I'm scrolling down. There is a wealth of resources, infographics, etc. on this page. And that was under resources and video, vulnerable populations. I'm going to click on that. Specifically, it's sharing information where we first started off of how vulnerable populations can better be protected and supported. What I'm going to spend more time on now is this section here. It's got a heart and it's got community resources. Let's click on that. Now, that opens a longer tab where there are a lot of resources that are available, general, and we're going to click onto that next, but housing, local food systems, how to actually have requests for healthcare providers, mental health supports, information from library updates, transportation, and volunteer donations. So what I'm going to do is just focus now on clicking community resources. Now, for many of our residents, they were not expecting, as many of us, to have to be dealing with issues with a paycheck being disrupted, bills not being able to pay, getting access to healthcare, food, etc. So under this section, community resources, we have tabs that you can click on, and each of those then provide information under that category. So I'm going to click on a few of these just to show you. So food resources. Here we have organized in a very clear way what we are able to provide at this point, and we're updating this all the time, for people who do require various assistance with food. Now, for some folk, it may just be as simple as what restaurants are doing pickup and delivery. And here there is the link to Moco Eats. Now, there are other folk who really are concerned about getting out and about because they are in a vulnerable population. And that could be people who are 60 and older. Here's a section there. There are families who are multi-generational, with folk who are under 18. Here we have information for those families who are caring for that population. And then general food assistance. We have developed many resources in association with the Montgomery County Food Council to develop in English and Spanish resources so people can best understand how to connect with food resources at over 100 sites in Montgomery County. So let's have a look at a couple of other supports. Now, this is a time when people may be feeling a little strained. They may, sadly, be at home with someone who does have challenges with mental health. Let's have a look under here. So here we talk about maybe a couple of ways that people can consider dealing with anxiety, whether it's physical activity, actually taking time out of a routine, eating well, limiting alcohol and coffee. And let's be sure that we remember this, getting a good night's sleep. And if you're feeling isolated, having that opportunity to connect with someone. It could be a friend, a family member that you call up. You could use social media as a way of connecting with folk and just having some simple conversations. If you and or a member of your family does need assistance because there is a challenging situation in the home, you can also contact the county's 24/7 crisis centre, and there's also the hotline available with Every Mind. We mentioned earlier that there could be folk who have been dealing with addiction and normally would be in recovery-based programs, such things as Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, etc. These are all services that are now offering virtual meetings. So please, if you or a loved one would benefit from that sort of assistance, please do take the time and view what is available for you or someone who you care for. So that is under mental health and wellness. Down a little further, the area that I work in, which is for caregivers, here we have information about changes to caregiver centres, but then we also are reminding folk that our public libraries, our public schools are all connecting to new and revised resources that will assist families and particularly those who are caring for a vulnerable population. As with senior resources, there is a program that Maryland State has developed for seniors who are 65 and over, that they will get an automated check-in phone call every day. This is something where they can register online. So if you click on this highlighted section, you can register yourself or a family member for this automated phone call every day. The county, through our Aging and Disability Services, is also administering our senior nutrition program, and we also are partnering with many of our community organisations around mental health and wellbeing for our older adults. Montgomery County is a very culturally rich and diverse community, and so there are members of our community who are going to need support in this time of considerable challenge. Here we have translated into 6 of the most common cultural groups in Montgomery County COVID-19 information. The Gilchrist Immigrant Resource Centre also has limited phone-based services, and then hotlines specific to language. The Chinese Cultural and Community Centre is still operational, as is the Korean Community Services of Greater Washington, Vietnamese American Services, and CASA, that has resources available in English, Spanish, and French. There are folk in Montgomery County who definitely may be experiencing some of the challenges associated with issues with their immigrant status, and also then being able to contact trusted resources to ensure that their health, well-being and rights are looked after. The following sections are resources that will help to support our diaspora community. And if you or a loved one require assistance specifically in relation to immigrant services, this is a very large drop-down menu. This is all under immigrant and language resources. This is the time where, for many folk, they could be facing legal challenges, whether it is that some of their rights as tenants are being ignored, or that due to not being able to pay bills, etc., that they may be receiving notices of eviction or cut off of services. So we have a large section here on legal resources. These include the self-help centres that are Maryland-based, and they are still operational. They are operational for Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 4:30, and you can also connect with them later in the day. Here is the phone number, and that is something where we encourage people, if they are experiencing challenges specifically associated with their legal rights, to please contact the self-help centres. So all of these details are on Montgomery County's Health and Human Services COVID-19 community resources. I am going to include the web address on the Engage at Home YouTube page. I know this is a lot of information to take in, and that's why I wanted to take the time to just help you navigate the county's webpage and help you see that the county is here working for you, and we are making available information and resources. Our staff are still able to be reached by telephone, and that as required, we will help you navigate the systems and resources to ensure that you remain safe and healthy. As a caregiver, if you require immediate assistance, please contact Montgomery County's Aging and Disability Services. The phone number is 240-777-3000. Our staff are working virtually and are available to help you as you work through this time of social distancing. Thank you again for being part of Engage at Home, and I really do encourage you to connect with supports, keep safe and healthy, and stay calm. Be well.